Federalism Part 2. In the previous video, we have learned about federalism and feature of federalism. In this video, we are going to learn what makes India a federal country. India became an independent nation after a painful partition in 1947. After independence, several princely states joined India, and the constitution decided India as a union of states based on the principles of federation. The constitution provided for a two-tier system of government as union government and state government. Later, a third tier of federation was added in the form of Panchayati Raj and panchayats and municipalities. All these tiers enjoy separate powers. The various provisions that make India a federal country are: first, threefold distribution of legislative power, a special power to some states, union territories, procedures to make changes in powers, important role of judiciary. The Constitution of India provides a threefold distribution of legislative power between the union government and state government under three lists. These lists are union list, state list, and concurrent list. Union list include subjects of national importance because government needs a uniform policy on the matters throughout the country like defense, banking, currency, foreign affairs, communication, etc. A state list include subjects of state level importance, as for example, police, trade, agriculture, irrigation, and commerce. Third list is concurrent list. Concurrent list includes the subjects of common interest to both union and state government, such as education, forest, trade union, marriage, adoption, and succession. Both the union and state government can make laws on the subject mentioned in this list or the concurrent list. The subject which do not fall in any of the three lists are included in residuary lists like computer software, hardware. The union government has the power to legislate on these residuary subjects. Some territories like Chandigarh, Lakshadweep, Delhi are union territories, do not have a power of a state. The central government has a special powers in running these areas. This sharing of power between the union government is basic to the structure of the constitution. Any change to the power sharing is passed by both the houses of parliament with at least 2/3 majority. Then it has ratified by at least half of the total states. Judiciary plays an important role in overseeing the implementation of constitutional provisions and procedures. In case of any dispute about the division of powers, High Court and the Supreme Court make a decision. Let us see now how is federalism practiced in India. Constitutional provisions are necessary for the success of federalism, but these are not sufficient. The real success of federalism in India can be attributed to the nature of democratic politics in our country. This ensured that the spirit of federalism, respect for diversity, and desire for living together become a shared ideal in our country. Some of the ways that strengthen the federalism are as follows. First is linguistic state policy, next language policy, next center-state relations, next coalition government. In 1947, the boundaries of several old states of India were changed in order to create new states to ensure that people who spoke the same language lived in the same states. Some states were created on the basis of culture, ethnicity, or geography, as for example, Nagaland, Jharkhand, and Uttarakhand. When the demand for the formation of states on the basis of language was raised, some national leaders feared about the disintegration of the country. But the experience has shown that the formation of linguistic states has actually made the country united. It has also made administration easier. In the next video, we will learn about the language policy of India. Thanks.